What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to the old lady's favorite YouTube channel, and probably your old lady's favorite YouTube channel as well. What are we talking today? They want to silence us, but we got to talk about it. They want to keep asking us to stop talking about it, act like nothing's going on. We're not going to do that. And of course, not the first story, but one of the big stories of the day is, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo still wants to move. He's working, his agent's working behind the scenes for a move. We'll see what happens going there. We'll give you our latest updates of what we have about Cristiano Ronaldo. We also have Juventus is pushing Weston out. Juventus are really not happy with him right now for some reason. I couldn't tell you. Anyway, we'll get into it. I don't want to give too many of my opinions away right now. And then also one weekend, and there are injuries all over the place for Juventus. Stick with us. We'll fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back. You're in the Bianconeri zone. My name's Justin Sofro. Today's Wednesday, August 25th, 2021, and of course we got your latest rundown of all things Juventus. If you're new here and you haven't done it already, please hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button. If you're new here, we see you on the channel. We see our analytics. We know most of you are not subscribed that are watching the videos. Please hit that subscribe button. Join our channel. Join our community. We're happy to have you here, even if you're a fan of another team. We have had a guy yesterday from AC Milan reach out to us. He enjoys hanging out on the channel and being a part of our community. We'd love to have you guys too. We want to hear your points of view. Also, there are times in the future where when Juventus is playing other teams that I'd like to have maybe a conversation with you guys. Maybe have you guys hop on the channel, talk about your team, what we can expect in the match going up in the future. Anyway, let's just go ahead and jump in the news that we have for you today. There's a bit of it. I'm sure none of it will upset anybody. I'm sure everybody will be happy that I'm talking about the topics that I'm talking about, and I'm sure many people will be very happy with my opinion, and that's what we do here. Not only is this a news show, but it's also opinion-based. You're going to get my opinion on the topic that you don't give a damn about, but also you'll get my opinion, and maybe you're not going to be too happy about it. But anyway, let's just jump into it. That's what we do here. It's a community. We have differing opinions. I want to hear what you guys are saying. First story of the day involves my compatriot, and that would be Weston McKennie. DiMarzio is saying that Juventus are seriously considering going for Witsel should McKennie leave. Freaking Witsel. Okay. Witsel has been proposed by some intermediaries, and Juventus will be thinking seriously about it, also because there are the conditions to buy him since his contract expires in 2022. All this should McKennie leave. I don't really have a lot to say on Witsel. I just, no thank you. No thanks. Absolutely no thanks. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I'd rather have a younger player with a lot more potential that McKennie has. Anyway, I just prefer McKennie overall over Witsel. That's my opinion. Let's keep moving. There's a lot going on today. Also, along with McKennie, is Gazzetta dello Sport is saying that McKennie is not fully bought into the behavior guidelines of Juve. Okay. He would not be disciplined with regard to his diet, allowing himself many snacks, and even some videos taken with friends would not be liked by the Juventus management. Hence the decision to let possible offers for him. Listen to possible offers for him. Juventus value him at 30 million euros. There's interest from Germany and England. Guys, I'm going to be honest here. I think this is absolute bullshit. Everything that they're saying here, I don't believe it for a second. Give me proof. Give me some kind of effort. Because I remember, I think, was it Aggressive ever reported about McKennie being in one of the top physical conditions that he's been in a long time when he returned to camp. I think this is all a fog or whatever we're thrown out by you. Regardless, here's the thing. I'm a Juventus fan, but I'm going to call people out on their BS because I think people need to be held. This is let's call this, what do we call it in radio? Let's call it, accountability. Accountability is what we're going to do. Reality check. Let's call this reality check YouTube channel. And that's what I'm going to believe. I don't believe for a second that that's what it's based on. I think it's just really Juventus. Allegri wants him out. They want to make a move. So they're going to make some excuses for why they're pushing him out. I'm not buying this for a second. I'm not fully on board with it. Again, I know. And the reason is I like McKennie. I think he's solid. Yes, I am biased because he's an American. I'm not saying all my opinions are correct. Okay? I'm just talking about this here. That's what I do. And again, just because I want to keep McKennie doesn't mean I'm saying that keeping McKennie for other reasons is right or wrong or whatever have you, or letting him go is wrong. I said if Allegri wants him gone and wants to sell him, doesn't think he can use him, that's fine. Just don't use crap tactics just saying that It's his diet. It's something else. It's social media. It's whatever have you. Give me examples of this. I just don't want to buy into that. Or not that I don't want to buy into it. I just don't. I'm not going to believe it unless you give me solid examples that have been out there that everybody can see, and then we know you're being truthful. To me, just don't make excuses for why you want to move a player. You're okay to move a player. Okay? You're okay to move a player. Just don't make dumb excuses that don't seem to have any kind of basis in reality. Anyway, next topic of the day, also, or it's still the same topic, more McKennie stuff. Tutto Sports saying McKennie suitors are hoping that Juve's demands of $30 million can be considerably lowered as the days go by. There have been a survey from Bayern Munich, who is mainly the PL clubs. But it is mainly the PL clubs who are pushing. Among them, Paratizzi's Tottenham, which is offering Musa Sissoko, which I no thanks, no thank you, no thank you. I'd rather stick with McKennie overall. That's my opinion. I may have crap opinion. You let me know. Anyway, meant to do that. Let's flip it. And this is the last bit of McKennie news, and then we can move on. It's a lot of nonsense if you ask me personally. Saying the number one target set, Cherubini's first choice to replace McKennie remains Arlen Tchouameni. However, Monaco's asking price will not be low. That's Tutto Sport. Here's the thing, and here's where I flip, or not flip, but if you get Tchouameni and you bring him into the club, and that's his replacement for him, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Then sell. My point is, be truthful while you're selling him. Don't spread nonsense about whatever, his diet habits or whatever have you. It's what I know and what I've seen from him, at least especially within the U.S. national team. He's been in the best shape he's been in a long time. And he's gotten better. If you just don't think he's going to work with your system, that it is what it is. But I just think it's a lot of nonsense and a lot of ridiculous things being thrown out there. Overall, so I just think reality check, what it needs to be is Allegri doesn't like him. Allegri doesn't want him in his system. We move on. That's what happens. It's part of the game. That's what it is. I just don't like using these tactics overall. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. Let me know. You can battle me in the comment section down below. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic of the day, which, oh, Lord. Okay, we're doing this. The next topic of the day is a topic that I'm sure won't get me in any trouble or any hot water with the fanboys overall throughout the world who want the pro-propaganda. I need to be just spreading propaganda is what I need to do. Okay, let's just jump into it. Di Marzio is talking about Ronaldo. Of course, he's talking about Ronaldo. All right, there is no sign that PSG are in for Ronaldo, even if Mbappe were to leave. The only contact that Jorge Mendes has had for several days is that with Manchester City. Juve consider the City option difficult due to timing and price. City do not want to pay the 25 million euros requested. Also, Sterling would make a move. With Pep wanting to keep him, on top of that, Juve would have asked for Gabriel Jesus, which is a no from Pep. That was another one that I was high on. I would have liked Gabriel Jesus to come to Juventus if we were to lose him. Seems like Pep wants to retain him as well, so that kind of throws a wrench in the plans. So it's basically 25 to 30 million euros is what you should be getting, and I think anything less than that, Juventus would be taking a loss, which would be dumb on their part to do that. Let's move on, or not move on. We have a few of these guys, so stick with me. Leave your hate in the comment section down below because it's going to happen. Sky Italia is saying there are no contacts between Juventus and Man City for Cristiano Ronaldo. There is also no contact between the English club and Cristiano. However, this should remain an option to be monitored. As we all know, right now it seems more and more likely that Man City will be the ones to get him. I know there are people out here all the time, people should know better because Cristiano has his heart in Man United, so he's not going to Man City. BS. If we know anything about athletes or coaches or anything like that, it's not about who you have loyalty to. It's about money. It's about money and what you can do for yourself. Something that's been said about Cristiano Ronaldo is he cares about winning the Ballon d'Or again, which is his right to absolutely do. Absolutely, you want to win that. My point is, don't argue with me and say because Man United would keep him from going to Man City, who is one of the two clubs that has unlimited funds to spend money on players. Keep an eye out for Man City going forward. Next part of the topic. Simone Rovera, sorry, my eyes messed up, today was reporting saying, today Cristiano's priority is City. L'Equipe talks about contacts with Man City players, and he has also talked about his possibility with some players in the Juve dressing room. Obviously, the possible departure of Mbappe could change things. Okay, so yesterday we saw some offers made for Mbappe from Real Madrid. That situation may change things. We'll see if maybe that opens up PSG again, but more than likely, Man City seems to be the option. It's funny if Cristiano's like openly talking with his Juventus players in the locker room, if that's what they're saying. He's just like, "Hey guys, I'm trying to leave. Peace. I'm out," which is fine. Which is it's a business. It is what it is. But it's just funny the people that are doubting or saying that Juventus should just like be thankful for him. I don't know, guys. Like, I don't. What are we doing here? That's not what this is. Juventus is not a know nothing club. If he moves, he moves, and I wish him the best. If not, I'm here. I'm happy to have him for another year. That's what it is. All right, let's move on to the next part. And yeah, we got a few parts. Nicola Shira is saying, as I said last Sunday and confirmed tonight by L'Equipe, Cristiano Ronaldo's agent is flirting with Man City to move Ronaldo. Yeah, he is shaking it for everything he's got, trying to see if maybe he can work his way out over there. I don't know why I had to use that line, but I wanted to. To date, Juventus have not received official bids. Ronaldo is evaluated at 29 million euros or swapped by Juve. So that's what I mean. We know the numbers. We know. I think everybody's kept an eye on that for a while, knowing it's about 30 million euros is the range that we're looking at, and then we're looking at swap options. Two more parts to it, and then we can move on from the Ronaldo story. But Nico Baliche is saying that offers from Real Madrid for Mbappe, PSG has refused it, which I talked about just a second ago. A new offer is ready to be made in the next few hours. Ronaldo is waiting, and Mendes tries to keep alive the Man City option. So definitely keep it focused on if you're obsessed with the Ronaldo drama that consistently seems to follow him and his story every single year with Juventus. Make sure you keep an eye on Man City news, on PSG news, and obviously Juve news to see what will happen there. If Mbappe moves, that could open up PSG to go ahead and grab him and bring him in the trident or whatever you want to call it with the trio with Messi, him, and Neymar. So we'll see. Keep an eye on that going forward. We'll see what happens there, and then we can actually get into some news, and we'll talk about it on the live tonight, I'm sure. But we can definitely talk about what options Juventus really has going forward and what moves they might make if Ronaldo moves. That'll be an interesting one to follow. And then La Stampa is saying that Jorge Mendes is trying to move Ronaldo and has offered him to Man City. A lot depends on Kane and Mbappe. Juventus want to include Gabriel Jesus or Icardi in the deal. Well, if there's one thing we know, which happened before I started filming this, it appears that Harry Kane has made an announcement that he will be remaining with Tottenham and he is not going to Man City. So that throws in, that changes things a bit, and that may open up that possibility for Man City to actually open up that pocketbook. Again, most places will be smart, and if you don't have a lot of money and you know he wants to come to your club, that you just wait another year and buy him, or pay him when he needs next year, and you get him on a free. But if you're losing your opportunity at Harry Kane, who you're going to spend a ton more money for, why not go ahead and spend that small amount of less money than Juventus is going to end up paying for Locatelli to get Cristiano Ronaldo and bring him to Man City. So that's something to pay attention to, and I'm wondering to see if that move may happen. My guess, I honestly feel like it probably will happen before the season starts, but we'll just sit here. I don't want to over speculate or upset the masses that are going to get mad at me, which they surely will. Anyway, Juventus want to include Gabriel Jesus or Icardi in the deal, so we'll see. Those are two options: Icardi if it's PSG, Gabriel Jesus if it's Man City. But as it stands, Pep Guardiola does not really want to send him out. So keep an eye on that going forward. We'll see what happens. And now we can move on from the topic. Thank you. All right. Next topic that we really have, actually, oops, I did not mean to move that. Sorry, it's on the fly trying to edit this stuff is not edit, but throw up graphics is not always the cleanest thing because the way they have it set up, it's just not. It's hard to tell sometimes. Anyway, let's move on to a Dybala topic, which is Gazzetta dello Sport is saying the meeting to renew Dybala's contract could be postponed until next week when the market is closed. As you know, that meeting will be good because then they can schedule that meeting to schedule another meeting. And after that meeting gets scheduled, they can schedule another meeting to follow with a meeting to follow after that. And then another meeting that'll be scheduled for another meeting and then a meeting that continues to schedule for more meetings after that meeting. So that'll be really excited to see what meetings can come from this meeting. All right. Anyway, We can talk about Morata. We actually have some Alvaro Morata news, saying that Tutto Sport says that signing Morata at the end of the season could cost the club 35 million euros. Allegri really likes him and wants to keep him. Juventus are hoping they can negotiate a lower asking price with Atletico Madrid. I would hope so as well. I like Alvaro Morata. I know a lot of people are harsh on him. I know the Spanish club or the Spanish national team, fans of them have been really, really harsh on him. I like Morata. He seemed a little bit shaken in the first match, but I think he brings a lot to the club. I don't know that I would spend 35 million euros for him. I would try to definitely get that price lowered on my end, especially when you're looking at the circumstances when it comes to financially, the economy, on the stage because of the pandemic. So I would definitely try to get him for cheaper than that. Let's go ahead and move it on to Cuadrado talk. And then we have Calcio Mercado saying Cuadrado is certain to renew his contract with Juventus that expires at the end of the season. It only remains to be seen whether Cuadrado will sign a 1-year deal with an option to renew for another season or directly on a 2-year contract. So, again, not a lot to comment on there. Be interesting to see if he stays and for how long, if it'll be 1 or 2 years. But overall, if you witnessed the bright spots that we have from the first match of the season, was Cuadrado and Dybala. Those are the two bright spots. You want to keep Cuadrado. Losing him should not be an option right now. And they're not going to, so I don't know why. I should have said it in a dramatic way. Anyway, and then also the story of Juventus. Literally yesterday, just a bunch of mess between training and all that, and all that's been going on with the club. Always good to hear this, is Romeo Gresti is saying that Ronaldo left this morning's training session early after suffering a knock to his arm in a training game and was accompanied to the dressing room by members of Allegri's staff. His situation will be assessed in the next few hours. I think they came back and said that he's okay and that he'll be able to go for the match against Empoli this weekend. So that's good to know. But then also what I was really getting to was this news topic was of course, if anybody's going to be injured, of course it's going to be Aaron Ramsey. Giovanni Albanese said low-grade injury to the abductor of the right thigh for Ramsey. In 10 days, he'll be reevaluated and recovery time will be defined. Ramsey will be out for around 3 weeks. You can't make this bleep up. Also saying Chiellini left today's training session early. Morata was not on the pitch with his teammates. He is scheduled to work in the gym today. But the main important topic was that of Aaron Ramsey and his injury. Of course, Aaron Ramsey is injured. Why are we surprised there? Of course, too, especially when you're trying to get him sold or to see if that's even an option and to sell him, is he's going to get injured. So that way that won't happen. It is what it is. Of course, we should have known that Aaron Ramsey will make sure, as hard as it can be to move him, it would make it impossible now because of his injury. Go figure. Anyway, let me make sure. I think now that is all the news I have for you today regarding all things Juventus. Appreciate you guys checking us out. We'll be live later today talking about all things, the latest news. We'll have plenty to talk about, trust me, and a lot of things to prognosticate on and see what will happen going into the future, especially as the season starts. It'll be fun because I'll actually be your boy Julian and myself back together as the duo that, I think a lot of people will enjoy that, hopefully. If not, I hope you enjoy Julian by himself as well. Anyway, make sure you please hit that like button. It really helps our channel, as well as hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't joined our community already, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It turns gray, so it's not all pretty, but it's fun. Trust me, just hit it. Hit that button. Hit it. Right now. Anyway, make sure you also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos regarding all things Juventus. Make sure you follow Bianconerizone at Bianconerizone on Twitter and Instagram. Follow myself at Justin Zover on Twitter. And follow Julian Genotti at Genotti151 on Twitter as well. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.